Today we're with Karen and Antonio Garcia from Colorado and El Salvador in La Paz. Karen and Antonio have just purchased property here, so congratulations to both you guys. There's a lot of people in the States who are Salvadorian and not Salvadorian who are looking to El Salvador to buy property, to move here, to retire, to have a second business. I know we spoke before about you guys living in many parts of the U.S. in New York, New Mexico, Philadelphia.
Pennsylvania, New Mexico. Where else? Texas. So
you guys been all over the place, kind of have a lot of experience doing different things and being in different places, different cultures.
Yeah.
What made you guys finally decide El Salvador is the place where we're gonna go? And when was that?
I think we started talking about it about 2 years ago, right?
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
about 4 years ago.
Was it 4 years ago?
Yeah.
When Bukele, that's when we first but I was not on board because when I first heard about Bukele, I didn't believe that a president could be that good.
Okay.
Because living in the United States, I mean, I don't know, can I say this?
Of course.
I mean, the government is not good. I don't believe they're for the people.
Yeah.
We had already discussed years prior that we would never be able to stay in the United States for retirement. According to a lot of financial experts, that's ones that I do trust, and they say you need like $2 or $3 million to retire comfortably in the United States. Nobody has that. Very few, I think, people have that. And because of inflation, I mean, it's been hard to live for most people.
That was my next segue question. Inflation. I mean, you guys have seen it.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you go to the store and it's $8 for a pound of butter, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
How much longer are you going to be able to afford to eat? And we want to enjoy the quote unquote golden years.
So you said you started looking 4 years ago, right? So what were some of those hesitations in actually making that final decision and putting the trigger to buy something?
I think for me it was mostly continuing to watch the YouTube videos with him about Bukele. That was the main thing, and I trust his judgment to begin with. And he was really right. I mean, you felt so strongly about Bukele, and I was I'm usually more a positive person, but I just said no. I said this guy, we're gonna wake up one morning, and I said he's reeling people in, and he's gonna turn into like a Hitler or a Stalin. Yeah. And now I have both feet in my mouth because it's totally not true. And so that was the main thing when I finally had for me, I don't think it was an issue for him. It was more me when I had the confidence to say, you know what, this is for real over here.
Now, you've been coming to the country for a while. You've been coming to the country from years ago, like way before
Bukele.
Way before Bukele. So, have you noticed a change of energy, a change of?
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't even want. We're going home today, right? I don't want to go home. We're both talking about it. It's like hurting my heart to go home.
Yeah.
I feel like this is my home now.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back, to Colorado, but we don't have a choice. We got to sell the house.
Yeah.
So we can get back here and go move into our property.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is good because a lot of people that are coming to El Salvador now who are not Salvadorian, of course, and I think we're speaking to like a wider audience today. People that are looking at us from many countries in Asia, even in Europe, have never been here before, and they're coming out for the first time, but. Someone like you and Antonio who've been here before, grew up here before, they could see the massive difference in the state of security of the country.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we remember when we used to come a long time ago. You were a nervous wreck when we used to come like years ago. Before.
There was a lot of difference when our kids was younger, and you can't go anywhere blind because you have to know where you're going and if you get in, how to get out, because if you're lucky to get out.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, which is very interesting about you guys. You guys made part of the payment in Bitcoin.
Yes, we did.
It's very interesting about you guys.
Yeah.
How did you? What's your story getting into Bitcoin first of all, and then you can talk about what made you decide why we're going to use Bitcoin to do the rest of the transfer.
Well, that was him mostly because I was really skeptical about Bitcoin once again.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to say how you felt about it.
I think if I trust Bitcoin, if I understood Bitcoin the way I understand now, I wouldn't be living in the States because I would be living over here because back then what the Bitcoin was $17 and I didn't spend any penny on Bitcoin because I couldn't understand what Bitcoin was about.
You remember when Bitcoin was $17?
Yeah.
And that's partially my fault. I have to take a lot of blame for that because I kept telling him, "Are you crazy? You're not gonna." Like it just didn't make sense to me. The whole thing did not.
So
make
this was
sense
like
to me.
early. This was like 2012.
This was a
Something
while.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys are like very, like veterans in Bitcoin.
In knowing about it,
And
not
knowing
so
about
much
it.
about how the whole thing works.
Yeah.
Because the thing with Bitcoin, there's the financial part of it.
Yeah.
But there's a whole philosophical part to it as well. And most people outside of El Salvador, they don't understand that, right? I mean,
this is a message I wanna leave in Spanish for the Salvadorian people who doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
it's good, yeah.
Because como salvadoreño tengo que entender que el Bitcoin no es algo que voy a comprar y vender, es para comprarlo y hay una manera de hacerlo para que este dinero crezca. Y lo más importante de todo eso es que los bancos no tienen acceso a su dinero cuando lo ponen en una cartera fría. Porque si alguien quiere información acerca del Bitcoin, cómo hacerlo de una manera segura, por favor, vayan al Zonte, vayan a Berlín e infórmense, porque ahí es donde están las personas que les van a dar la información correcta, cómo pueden invertir en Bitcoin y no depender de bancos en el futuro, porque el dólar va a desaparecer, les guste o no.
Es buen consejo. Es buen consejo, Antonio. Y yo creo que es importante que usted les hable a los salvadoreños porque cuando alguien de otro país o un gringo le dice a los salvadoreños del Bitcoin no creen, no confían mucho.
No, yo creo que es al revés.
Sí.
Los salvadoreños estamos acostumbrados a no creernos a sí mismos.
Ajá, también.
Le creemos a los extranjeros. Lo que los extranjeros dicen, eso es lo que se hace. Por eso es que estamos hundidos en la pobreza. Porque
Sí.
todo este tiempo hemos estado acostumbrados a que los extranjeros pongan las reglas.
Sí.
Ahora que las reglas están cambiando, puestas por nuestro presidente, mucha gente no le gusta, pero es por esa razón, porque estamos acostumbrados a que las reglas vengan de otros países.
Sí.
Y ahora con el Bitcoin en especial,
Sí.
el Bitcoin es algo que el que crea en Bitcoin y empieza a invertir, no se va a arrepentir en el futuro.
El libro que I'll go back to English.
Oh, no, you're fine.
No, go ahead.
Because
No,
we
you're
have
fine.
we have subtitles.
No,
we can
I think I say what I say
Yeah,
with the Salvadorian people who
and-
doesn't speak English.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with anyone speaking
Well,
their language.
I mean, this will be translated, so we could all, because we all understand the same language. But very interesting book that Karen gave to me or told me about the Jesus Bitcoin connection.
Yeah.
It talks about how when there's a lie out there in the world, you need to keep lying more and more so that lie can uphold itself. And if there's any truth that can expose that lie, the whole thing will crumble. And it's funny how they were comparing lies with inflationary currency like fiat, like the dollar. So the more dollars you're printing, it's like more lies you're printing. And the more lies you're printing, you just have to keep printing more of lies so that lie could uphold itself. And Bitcoin is that light. Bitcoin is exposing the lies. And Bitcoin is the opposite. Bitcoin is like trust and like your word. That the more time passes, you don't really need to sell yourself anymore. You're just a person of truth and of value. So that's what we're seeing on a deeper level. We're not seeing it in the substance from outside, and we're not seeing that because Bitcoin doesn't have a massive company promoting it, and then everyone who is controlling the media, like the banks,
No, todavía no.
it's not in their convenience to tell you the truth about Bitcoin, because if they did, like you said, Antonio, there would be no use for bankers.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So you guys made part of your transaction in Bitcoin. And Karen, how was the process, or how was the experience in doing the transfers in fiat with the banks versus doing it in Bitcoin?
Oh, it was like, I mean, of course we were nervous because it was a large amount of money. And anytime, you're dealing with that, if you make one mistake, that's why you have to get someone that you completely trust, that you can work with, and somebody that knows what they're doing. I will just stress that. Don't just watch a YouTube video about Bitcoin. You need to go to people that you can trust, and most of those people are up, like he said, in Berlin.
You're referring to the peer-to-peer exchange.
Yeah, when you're doing that, but once again, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
We can make recommendations.
We're gonna shout out Charlie.
Yeah,
in the
Charlie
video.
Stevens, the natural investor.
Yeah, we're gonna shout him out because
Berlin.
thanks to Charlie, we were able to complete the transaction.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Charlie, we wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah,
I don't think we would have
but
been
the
able to
other
do
thing
it
is this:
ourselves.
is when we try to make a transaction in a small amount and fiat money, the bank get involved, and the bank doesn't allow you to make a big transaction. And the bank is holding your money. The bank controlling everything you have in your assets. And
wants to know why.
With the Bitcoin, it's a lot of different, but the banks are out of business themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the thing with that too is you have to have a cold wallet. It's a cold wallet. I always get confused with the cold wallet.
Yeah.
There's the hot wallet where you have a middleman, still dealing with it.
Custodial.
Right, and
not
then right, the
custodial.
custodial, and then you have the cold wallet, which
Yeah.
that's how we did the transaction.
Yeah.
And you need to do it that way. And then it was so like we did the Zoom conference with Charlie, and he walked us through it. He did it. I didn't want to do it on the Bitbox. We use Bitbox. And it is easy. Like when I see it happening, it is pretty easy to use, but we still I don't have the confidence yet completely to do it on our own.
Yeah,
but it was super easy.
Just practicing.
Practice. Yeah, the best way I think to practice is, you two guys have a wallet each, and then just send each other the Bitcoin. Just send it to each other.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no,
We only
that's
have
what
one
we were
Bitbox
going to try
right now,
to
but
do.
yeah,
But
that's a very good idea.
we got to the point.
Yeah.
I think we do have our wallet,
Yeah,
separate wallet.
Not the cold wallet.
What we can handle that in different ways to make a transaction between each other and get used to it.
I have a question, and more of a question is more of I want to see what you guys have to say because there's a lot of people outside of the country that are and I've heard this a lot, Antonio, from Salvadorans especially, that say I want to buy. They've come to El Salvador from their states. They come on Volaris. There's like $500 I think a year plan that they can just come whenever they want. They come to see property here, and they say, well, I don't know if the government is going to go backwards, and they don't end up buying. So why do you think there's so much fear behind that still?
Yeah, because right now we live in a country we never have it before. First, second is the way we've been treated in the past. People still doesn't trust.
Yeah. It's like PTSD.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We do this all the time. I was just going to say
what's
that.
going on over here. They believe in that this is not real.
Right.
That's what they don't believe. This
Right.
is not real.
Yeah, when you have
For the
something good, you feel like it's going to get taken away because you can't believe that you have it.
I mean, this comes down to like childhood trauma 101.
Yes.
Like you don't feel like you deserve good things. You want to self-sabotage. You find reasons to just kind of get rid of your blessings and your luck and the good people around you. So I think that's what we're seeing, and I always have to remind people, the people that are Salvadoran that have been here, or even the people that have flown from here because of either the wars or the gangs. They're in a healing process.
Yes.
And a lot of them aren't even healing yet because they have an attitude that they don't have to heal, or they don't need healing. But that's why Jesus talks about, or that's why we see in the Bible where Jesus will heal someone only when they show Jesus the broken hand or the blind eyesight. Mm-hmm. Only until we can actually admit our illnesses, we can be healed. And a lot of people don't want to admit that they live in fear or that they have anxiety. But I think as soon as we can admit that as a people, that we've lived through very, very hard times, and now is time for healing, that life will look a lot better, and it is already. And I stress this a lot because unfortunately, there's a lot of people that, like I said, haven't been to the country before. People from Asia, Europe, so they come here for the first time and they see so much opportunity and they act on it quick. And the Salvadorian who's been here, still in trauma, still doesn't believe it, doesn't act.
Yeah, they don't feel like they can actually, attain. It's like that defeatist attitude and being desensitized from all the years of living in that, like, right? Would you say? I mean, you know better than any of us. Well,
so how do you feel? How do you guys feel now? Now that you guys actually have done it, now that you actually own property here, and how does it feel from before to now? And what do you have to say to people watching, as far as words of encouragement?
Well, I would say just don't hesitate. Come to the country and visit, and just you'll feel it, you'll see it, and then just try to understand that this is the way things are going. That it's not going to go back. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, I can't wait to be here. I don't want to go home. We have to go home today. And I said, I feel like this is home. Like when we were driving around this whole last 5 days, I felt like like this was it. Like we weren't going to be going back home. It was just such a peace. Just at such a peace with being
Antonio,
here.
what about you? Someone that had to flee the country, and now you're back. Now you own property here by the beach.
No, well, that's the problem, because when you go back to where we live, it's not easy, especially for some people can handle the cold weather. Some people that are good to handle hot weather. One thing I can say, where we got the property, it's a place. It's not hot, it's not cold. It's really nice. We got the best of everything. Close to the beach, close to the airport.
You got a very good deal.
Yeah, close to
thanks to you.
Yeah, and close to the capital, close to almost everything. And that's why I can say once again, thanks to you for looking out for us.
Well, thanks to God. Yeah, thanks to God.
Thanks to God too, because that's the first one we have to thank for it.
Yeah,
And
of
for
course.
that, that you who put the word out and the videos out and of the property.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing these videos. Karen will eventually, and Antonio will have their channel to help other people make the move, because I know that we need a lot more voices. We need a lot more good people, leaders, to kind of lead the way for others to come and follow and be here as well, and start to live a better life. And there will be a lot of opportunities out here. There will be more economy, more business opportunities, and it's just a new country.
Oh, because we want to. I mean, I've already here and there, even like on the expat group on Facebook, like somebody will say they're looking for something, and then I'll answer, and they'll like, oh, can I direct message you? I already talked to a few people. I think we want to really help people that for retirement.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, people, if you have that adventurous like spirit,
Yeah.
to really consider El Salvador, because United States, I mean, we used to joke around like, yeah, we're going to be working in Walmart when we're 70 with matching, we're going to be greeters with our matching little Walmart vests, like, welcome to Walmart,
Yeah.
Or like when we're in our 70s, and if, we don't want that.
Yeah.
We want to be able to enjoy the rest of our lives, and you're not going to be able to do that in the United States, not unless you have, several $1 million in the bank. But here you can do it very easily. It's warm all year round. You can grow food, you can garden, you can, have a couple of chickens for eggs and this and that. I mean, and that's what we want to help people understand, like for retirement, to come here and what you can do while you're here to make your life better.
And it could be a very nice segue into the Justicia lots. If you guys end up getting some lots there,
Oh, well, we are, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
you can kind of initiate the farming, and just we could figure that out. I mean, that's for a later discussion, because people are asking me how is it going to be administered and all that. But we'll see. But that would be a very nice opportunity for us to kind of like start that mission of helping
Yeah.
people come here, kind of live off the land as much as they can.
It's not that, and it's very easy over here.
Yeah.
You can't do that in United. Well, maybe if you live in Florida, but even Florida's weather's been changing. They get a lot of. There's
And
not.
plus, they have taxes and they have all these
Yeah.
these crazy things. Here, we don't even have property tax yet. Might change, but we don't have property tax yet.
Yeah.
You don't need permits to have chickens or goats or cows. You can literally have a cow in your living room. No one will say anything about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have that advantage here. So yeah, I just wanted to end off with that positive note, just to people outside the country. If there's any last thing you wanted to say to anyone who's hesitating, anyone who has second doubts, also about Bitcoin. Antonio, you mentioned like they should start getting on the horse to learn about Bitcoin, because I think and we're positioned here in this country to be a very wealthy country
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah.
But we need to see it, like you're saying. We need to believe in it, and we need to understand what it really is, and kind of ignore all the other sensationalism that goes behind it. But I think this was a really like jam-packed video with like many topics in one.
Yeah, I mean, you could go on for a couple hours, right?
Yeah, but you guys have to leave back to the States.
We have to go back. No, I would just say, just take the visit. Just come to visit, and the visit itself will sell itself.
Yep.
You'll be able to just come in here and meeting the people and seeing the atmosphere. And there are a lot of people. I guess they have to direct message, but there are a lot of people that do like tours and services to have people come down and really immerse them in the culture and show them what, not just the touristy part of it, but like the real life part of it, which people need to see. But as far as I'm concerned, and I'm American all the way, this is a very easy way of life to just ease into, I think, for most people.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
I really do.
Sí, eso es lo que puedo decirle a todos los salvadoreños, que por favor se acerquen a su país y que no lo desprecien.
Exactly. Okay, friends, thank you for the video. I know it was very last minute, and you guys trooped it out. I appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate
Karen,
you.
when your video is ready, when your channel is ready to help other people who are retired make the move, I'll show your link here in this video.
Yeah, thank you.
So you'll be seeing them a lot more as well. Okay, thanks guys.
Okay, thanks.
Talk to you soon.